Hello, hello, good morning.
How are you?
Good morning, good morning. Come and have a seat, Chelsea.
Thank you.
Hello.
I've got my husband Jim this morning as well.
Hi, Jim. I'm Dr. Sharif. How are you? Good. It's good to see you both, and you've got little Jake with you as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. How are things going?
Nothing I don't think has really changed since the last time we met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we met about a week ago.
Maybe slightly worse, you think?
I don't know.
No, I say slightly.
You think it's slightly worse?
Yes.
Okay, did you want to tell me a little bit more about that?
Do you mind if like I've been aware, I think she came to see you, was it last week or so?
Yes, that's right.
She just, was about 10 weeks then. And so it's about the 11th week since she delivered.
Mm-hmm.
I think since then she's been, she's always been obsessed about things. I think we've known that for quite a while. We kind of managed that. It's not really been that too much of a problem, But I think since she gave birth, especially in the last maybe 3-4 weeks, she's beginning to have this thought that she's going to have the baby. I don't think she would never do it. But she just can't get past that. She's always thinking she's going to hurt the baby, she's going to drop the baby, and it's kind of quite worked up into, she's been quite worked up about it, and finding it very difficult to settle, very anxious, yeah. So it's been quite tough, but we'll pull through it. I'm sure we'll pull through it, but it's been quite tough.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. It is quite challenging with a young one, especially a firstborn. I'm glad that you're both here, and I'm glad that we're doing something about this. So you're absolutely right. A week ago you talked to me about these thoughts that you were having, and I just wanted to confirm, has anything actually happened? Have you harmed yourself or the baby at all?
No, not at all. But I just, Jim has to do a lot, and you're working full time, so he looks after the baby, he looks after me, he looks after the house, and it's...
Yeah. So there's a lot happening for you as well?
Yeah. It's like I said, it's been quite tough, but Chelsea has been doing the bit that she can. So she's scared touching the baby because she's quite worried that she may harm the baby. I don't see any sign that she would, but she just cannot see it really.
Yeah. And the last time we were here, we went through a sort of questionnaire that you completed for me.
Yeah.
So I can see from the scores that we've got is that you sort of have moderate anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah? And based on the discussion that we had the last time, I gave you a number to call for the sort of psychological support.
I've called them, and I've got an assessment next week, so...
Brilliant. How did you feel after making that phone call?
I guess I kind of feel like things are happening, but it seems like it'll be forever, doesn't it?
Okay, so we started the ball rolling when it comes to sort of getting some support for you, some psychological support for you. There's other options that we can consider, of course, yeah? And of course, we've got to make sure that you're okay as well, that you're looking after your own sort of psychological well-being whilst you're supporting Chelsea and Jake. Yeah, and perhaps we can explore that if you want to come back and talk to me about it in a separate consultation. We can certainly do that for you. But coming back to yourself then, Chelsea, we talked about some medication. Do you remember the last time we had a conversation around medication? I'm conscious that you're breastfeeding as well, and that doesn't mean that we can't start you on medication. But of course, if you feel things have gotten worse, if things are have deteriorated since our last consultation, that we do have the option of starting medication for you, even though you're breastfeeding.
I'm really worried what all our family will think, though. They don't, my parents don't believe in mental illness, and I don't know what you think, if you think medication would help.
Yeah, I think we're willing to explore that if it's safe, if you think it's safe, we're willing to kind of explore that. But like Chelsea was saying, there's always this side talk they're quite worried about.
Yes.
I think that's not really helping the matter, really.
Okay, so I mean, with medication, you know, it's we would only prescribe something that would be safe for you to take, even though you're breastfeeding. There's always a small risk that there's small amounts that could go in through the breast milk to the baby, but the British National Formulary that we use as a guide advise that it is actually, if the benefit of you taking the medication is greater than the risk of you not taking the medication, then we can absolutely give it to you. And I'm just a little bit concerned because you say you're feeling a little bit worse. You know, your symptoms indicate they're sort of moderate. You know, you're at the moderate sort of end of the spectrum, and we've still got a way to go before you actually access that psychological support. It may be an option to sort of start taking the medication, but it's entirely your decision.
Okay, how often do you have to take it?
So we would start at a sort of low dose. I'm thinking of giving you medication called sertraline. We could start off with a 50 milligram dose. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually a reasonably low dose that you could start taking once a day. And when you do start taking that, you might feel that for the first week or two your symptoms might get a little bit worse, and that's where, you know, you might be able to offer a little bit more support or give that extra attention, especially with a little one. But things do tend to settle down a little bit after that. And we can obviously keep an eye on you, have a conversation with you in a week or two as well, just to make sure that you're okay. We also have health visitors, and we can step up the support that they give you over the next couple of weeks whilst you're sort of adjusting to the medication, waiting for the sort of psychological support to come in and looking after the little one. Would that sound
I think
helpful?
any help at the moment. I just need to get better now. Jim can't carry on doing everything that he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely understand that. And I think
let's concentrate on you first. You know. I know it's tough, but you know, let's should get you well first.
yeah, we can absolutely do that. So I can get you a prescription for the medication today, and perhaps you can start taking it sort of straight away. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a leaflet that comes with it as well that will tell you what sort of side effects to watch out for. So have a read through that, just so you're aware and you understand that what you're experiencing might be side effects. And we can sort of step up the support that you're getting from the health visitors. And what I'd recommend is maybe come back in and see me in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
And if you feel things have gotten worse for you, we could always arrange a referral for you for more specialist support from the perinatal mental health services, where you'll be able to access a specialist and all the sort of support and expertise that they offer.
Hopefully we don't need that though.
Yeah.
That's an option only if things were to get worse. So, you know, if your thoughts were getting worse, if you found it was really impacting on your relationship with the baby, on your relationship with each other, if you weren't able to sleep as much as, you know, you have been, if that got worse for you, you weren't eating. So if there was a real negative impact, despite the medication, despite the counselling for you, then we can absolutely arrange a referral for you to more specialist services.
I think that would be helpful. Yeah. I was speaking with one of my colleagues whose wife has got similar situation in the past, and she was saying that, you know, we could also, you know, refer to the perinatal. Perinatal team?
The perinatal mental health service. Yeah. So we would do that if things got worse for you, despite the counselling that you're getting, despite the medication that you're on. We can absolutely arrange that for you. And, you know, it is important for you to look after yourself as well. So if you are worried about something, you're very welcome to come back in and see me, and then we can certainly have that conversation.
That would be really helpful. I didn't know there was a service like that for partners or husband. You know, but that's, you know, I'll be very happy to take that on. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
You feel better now?
Hopefully we'll get there.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help.
No problem.
Thank you.